The smoke. The steel. The sound of a world being reborn. 2 centuries ago, one small island changed everything: how we live, how we work, how we dream. From the dark mines of Wales to the glowing furnaces of Manchester, Britain sparked a fire that would ignite the modern world. This is not just the story of machines, it's the story of ambition, struggle, and the birth of a new age. Welcome to Echoes of Empire, where we bring the forgotten stories of Britain's past back to life. What if I told you that the modern world, the skyscrapers, the engines, the endless hum of progress, all began with the smoke of one small island? 18th century Britain. A land of mist, coal, and quiet ambition. Few could imagine that within a century, this island would ignite a revolution that would shake the entire planet. In the early 1700s, Britain was still a world of fields and farms. Life moved slowly, tied to the seasons and the strength of a horse. But beneath the calm green countryside lay something that would change everything: coal. Coal was the hidden fire of Britain. As craftsmen and inventors searched for power beyond muscle and wind, coal became the spark that fueled their dreams. From the mines of Wales to the pits of Newcastle, men dug deeper into the earth, chasing fortune, survival, and something far greater than they knew. And then came the breakthrough, the steam engine. James Watt's improvement of the design was more than an invention, it was liberation. For the first time in history, man could command power that did not sleep, did not tire, and did not depend on the weather. Soon, the hiss of steam and the clang of iron echoed across Britain. Factories rose like temples of progress. Manchester became the beating heart of this new world, the first true industrial city. Spinning mills, once driven by rivers, now roared with mechanical fury. But the price was high. Children worked endless shifts, their tiny hands darting through gears. Men and women labored in heat and smoke, often for pennies a day. Cities grew, but so did the shadows. Poverty, disease, and pollution blackened the skies as well as the lungs. And yet, hope flickered in that darkness. Britain was no longer a land of farmers. It was a land of makers, restless, daring, unstoppable. With every piston that pumped and every furnace that burned, Britain gained something new: speed. Canals gave way to iron rails. Trains thundered across the countryside, carrying goods, people, and ideas faster than ever imagined. Steamships followed, slicing through oceans once ruled by wind and weather. Britain no longer waited for the tide, it commanded it. The Industrial Revolution didn't just transform towns, it reshaped empires. Raw cotton arrived from the plantations of America and India, iron flowed from the furnaces of Sheffield, and ships left London's docks carrying textiles, weapons, and machinery to every corner of the globe. Britain was becoming the workshop of the world. Its inventions fueled economies, its navy guarded trade routes, and its influence spread from the coal mines of Wales to the tea fields of Ceylon. But power came with contradiction. The same revolution that created wealth also deepened suffering. While the rich built mansions on London's grand streets, workers crowded into slums, their dreams trapped beneath the very bricks they built. In the heart of the industrial cities, something new emerged, a different kind of society. People no longer lived by the land but by the clock. Bells and whistles marked the hours. The rhythm of life became mechanical. The factory whistle replaced the church bell. Sunday became the only day of rest. Children grew up surrounded by smoke instead of sunlight. But out of hardship came resilience. Workers began to unite. The first trade unions were born in the grime and roar of factory life. Men and women who once suffered in silence started to demand fairness, safer conditions, shorter hours, and dignity. Philosophers and reformers began to ask new questions. What was the cost of progress? Who truly benefited from this so-called revolution? And in these questions lay the seeds of modern democracy and social justice. While workers struggled, inventors dreamed. Britain became a nation of tinkerers and thinkers, ordinary people with extraordinary ideas. James Watt with his engines, George Stephenson with his locomotives, Isambard Kingdom Brunel with his bridges and ships, these men didn't just build machines, they built an identity. They saw the impossible and turned it into iron, steam, and steel. Brunel's Great Western Railway cut through mountains, crossed valleys, and stitched the nation together. His ships, the Great Britain and the Great Eastern, symbolized a world where distance itself was being conquered. To the outside world, Britain seemed unstoppable. To its people, it was both a miracle and a burden. By the mid-1800s, Britain stood at the center of a new global order. London became the financial heart of the world. Telegraph cables linked continents. News that once took months now traveled in minutes. The industrial spirit spread beyond Britain's shores. America, France, Germany, and Japan all raced to catch up, each adapting the British model of progress. Yet the deeper the world industrialized, the more it realized, this revolution had two faces. One of light, invention, and opportunity. The other of darkness, exploitation, and greed. For every factory that lifted a family from poverty, another crushed a generation under its wheels. For every empire that prospered, another land was drained of its labor and resources. Britain had built a world of steel, but also a world of chains. By the end of the 19th century, Britain was no longer the only industrial giant. Others had risen, the United States, Germany, and beyond. But what Britain had sparked could not be contained. The industrial spirit lived on, in the engines that powered progress, in the cities that never slept, in the inventions that redefined life itself. Electricity replaced steam, oil replaced coal, and yet the rhythm of the machine, that heartbeat of human ambition, remained. The revolution never truly ended. It simply evolved. Every time a plane lifts into the sky, every time a car roars down a road, every time a light switches on, the legacy of that smoky island still burns. The Industrial Revolution reshaped not only economies but minds. It taught humanity that change could be made, that innovation could lift entire nations, but also that power, when unchecked, could destroy as easily as it created. Britain's story is not just about machines or empires. It's about the human spirit, curious, courageous, flawed, and unstoppable. From coal to computers, from steam to silicon, the same spark that lit the furnaces of Manchester still drives the world today. And as we stand in the age of artificial intelligence and digital empires, we must ask, have we truly learned from the first revolution? Or are we simply building new machines to master us once again? The Industrial Revolution built our cities, powered our nations, and shaped the very world we live in today. But behind the smoke and glory lies a deeper story, one of courage, cost, and human spirit. Because history isn't just about what we built. It's about who we became. This was Echoes of Empire. Subscribe for more untold stories from the heart of Britain's history.